In business school, they always say make or buy decision. On The Simpsons, comic book guy, produce. Oh, oh. It's really horrible. It just happened. I was blocked from speaking. Remote remote neural monitoring is the technology used to attack me and has attacked me for at least 6 years. And that's what it can do to me. Stop me from talking. Hijack me. And the last time I went to karaoke, they hijacked me in the middle of me singing a song in public. So I don't sing anymore. I don't sing anymore. I used to go singing multiple times a week. My hobby, karaoke singing. I don't go anymore. Because I can't sing anymore. They've taken that away from me. So we're going to wait. Because I got to get all the stuff that was stolen from me back. And I will have it all back. And the thieves, they go in a lake of fire. So this was going to be a little comedy break, but as you can see, I can't even have a smile without it being taken away by the terrorists using remote neural monitoring on me. Scott motherfucking Dougal, director of motherfucking Google. You can go and sit on my fucking finger, fuckface, because you're involved with the devilry of torturing me, Scott fucking Dougal of Thunder Bay, Ontario, Canada, brother of Hector Dougal of CKPR Radio and TV, Dougal Media, and brother of Kirsten Dougal, whatever her name is now, married or unmarried name. You can all fuck right off, Dougals. You can all fuck right off. And you all are gonna fuck right off. And you're gonna fuck right off someplace that you thought was mythological. Because that's the way you treat this. A mythological penalty for sinning. Major, major, major sinning. Major. I'm not Catholic. I don't know the details of all the, because they classify the sins. Major sin carries major penalties. Why do I blame them? Because I do. I've had 6 years of being tortured by this and 6 years to figure out who the fuck is involved. And that's who's involved with torturing their so-called friend. And I don't know, beyond anything. No one wants to tell you again and again, blah, 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 the same fucking story over and over and over again. Because if I can't sing karaoke and I can't even tell you a story about something to make you laugh, and then blah, 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 in the middle of me telling you the story, I get hijacked. I can't get the word out. And the next thing you know, I'm retelling the same fucking story about all the fucking remote torture. My whole fucking life by these fucking terrorists like Scott the fuck Dougal and Hector the fuck Dougal and Kirsten the fuck Dougal. Because none of those three people will talk to me. And they're definitely involved because it's Google. Because Google is Google. I'm not going to keep telling the same fucking story. So, there's my life as it is in a nutshell. I can't even tell you a joke without being hijacked. I can't go to karaoke and sing. My whole life is ruined by this shit. Evil fucking Pakis. Because that's what they call themselves. The terrorists, they call themselves Pakis. Are they from Pakistan? They're devils and they're on planet Earth. There's shitloads of them. Anyways, the whole idea again and again is this mythological penalty for being a sinner. And in the end, none of us have seen the lake of fire, have we? I'm not going to help you out because Brent Beeson the devil is again and again in my fucking face. Who is Brent Beeson the devil? He keeps saying he works for Scott Dougal. The mythological lake of fire for evildoers. I mean, if people haven't seen it and they haven't felt it, then how is it really going to be a deterrent to evil? I don't know. It's just, a question that the devils say. And the answer from G-O-D is, you devils fucking well know you're deviling. And you fucking well know that God is godding. And you fucking devils know that God is allowing you to do your deviling. And you know that God is pretty much unbelievably horrified by what you do with the time that gets allotted to you day after day. And God has told Brent Beeson the devil that he will destroy Brent Beeson the devil. But we're still waiting. In the meantime, as I was saying in an earlier video tonight, everyone is being judged on your reaction and what you do with the information that I give you about remote neural monitoring. For the quality of your character, Martin Luther King Jr. told us, the great spiritual teacher told us, don't judge people based upon what they look like. Judge people based upon the quality of their character. What does character mean? You have characters in a movie. What are the qualities of the characters in the movie? There's good people and villains. You will be judged whether you are a villain or a good person. Simple. Anybody in kindergarten understands it. But as far as these penalties, I don't know. When you get to a certain age, it's so long since kindergarten, and you're so worn down by this humdrum ghetto world. And that when people are too long in the blood, certain people just lose their lust for life and they become fascist in nature. And they're not interested in supporting life, they're interested in picking life like it was a flower or an apple. And if those flowers or apples happen to be children, they're to be picked by Prince Andrew. He's a prince, according to his title. But he's a devil. And whatever the fuck is going on, this old devil is protecting her son, keeping him out of the gas chamber. So, ghetto Earth is still ghetto. Comic book guy. Do I produce or do I procure? In business school, it's MakerBot. Comic book guy is trying to figure out if he wants to procure me to teach him how to do Jedi mind tricks. Or if he needs to procure God, because you listened to my lecture that God does the miracles. But he's somewhat perplexed. Can you train in order so that God will see you around and make it more likely for miracles to happen? Yes, we have a huge textbook, comic book guide, that you can get a copy of, called A Course in Miracles. Is it fiction? A Course in Miracles. Is it fiction? I'm asking you, dear viewer. What do you think right off the top? What does your gut feel when I say that? Do you feel like that's it's a fictional thing? Chicken Soup for the Soul kind of book or something? No, the answer is it's an incredibly powerful book. On the Scale of Human Consciousness, David R. Hawkins said in his book, Truth versus Falsehood, I think it was, 650, the workbook of A Course in Miracles. On the Scale of Human Consciousness, 650. Well, that's at the level of peace. And that's above 540, unconditional love. And don't forget, 540 is where you need to be at right now. It's an incredibly powerful book. In my city, Thunder Bay, well, last time I did a muscle test a few months ago to get a muscle test on where the collective is in Thunder Bay. Well, let's just do it now. Last time it was over 200. It was around 223. Worldwide, somebody said last week, they did the whole world, 223, humanity as a whole. Thunder Bay was lower than that when I did it about a month ago, so let's see. It's over 200, the collective of the people in Thunder Bay. On the scale of human consciousness, they calibrate over 200, over 201, 202, 203. 203, Thunder Bay, the collective of in Thunder Bay. 203 is a horrible number. I mean, at least it's not under 200, which would be a complete beyond a disaster. That would be going back to hell. But, we're 3 points above hell. Hell ends at 199 on the scale of human consciousness. But you don't get into heavenly realms until you're, let's see, you have to be, let's see, over 540, at 540, under 540. I can't get an answer. I don't know. Muscle test is not giving me an answer. I don't know why. Anyways, the Course in Miracles at 650 is a very high calibration, and it's a great, great, great workbook for people of Thunder Bay. Because if you're at, 203 and you want to get up to above 540, which is the galactic law where you need to be, if you did the Course in Miracles at 650, then it should bring you up. It might not bring you up to 650, but in the moment when you are immersed in the Course in Miracles, I would say you should be at 650. Undisturbed, focused on the Course in Miracles. If the book's at 650 and you're totally immersed in it, no distractions, that field is 650. And you keep doing that, and you keep going back to that book, every day, every day, every day, every day, you are going to rise on the scale of human consciousness. You are. And that's what you need to do. So if you're smart, it would behoove you to go immediately, right after this video, and go and buy yourself a copy of A Course in Miracles, and then make sure you leave it out, where you're going to see it every day. Maybe on your breakfast table. Maybe, in your bathroom. But you need to be at that thing every day, because just buying a book is not going to give you any benefit. You must open the book and you must be immersed in it. How many pages do you need to read of The Course in Miracles in order to get immersed in it? Well, when I bought that book many, many years ago, it was so powerful for me. I don't know. I could read, one page and burst into tears. And I'm an old man, and I'm not true. Everybody knows that I'm queer. But, for a queer guy, I'm very straight. I'm straighter than most straight people in appearance because I don't cry. I had to become an exceptionally straight person because I was in the closet case until I was age 42. I'm 57 now. So, someone who comes out at 42 is an exceptionally good actor at portraying a straight guy. A straight guy. Straight tough guy? No. Straight wimp? No. An average white guy who's not gay is what I portrayed until I was 42. Does it enact? Yes. So anyways, A Course in Miracles, I think I bought the book. Let's go with 39. But that book, I had it in my living room on the bookshelf. And when, it struck me, I would go and just open that book to a page at random. I'd read some of it. And more than one occasion, I was just one page of reading was enough for me to, have an emotional release of tears. Was it joy? I'm not really sure. It wasn't negative tears. It wasn't weeping, it's horrible, my life is horrible. I don't know. It's something about that 650 of that book. It brought me right in. And 650, I don't know, Dr. Hawkins in his books talks about different levels of consciousness, and I don't think he'd be surprised if at certain levels of consciousness, higher levels of consciousness, that you do weep. He said that there's certain levels of consciousness, higher levels of consciousness, definitely higher than the 200s, where people can have, dance forever. Tireless lakes. In, comic books when I was 10 years old, in the back pages they would have advertisements, classified ads, and that would be one for, like, you could buy weights from Joe Weider Atlas or something, so that you could have tireless legs. But it's more than, what they say about building muscles or whatever. Yeah, according to David R. Hawkins of Consciousness Research, it's a field of consciousness that people enter, and they can dance and win the dance contest. Dance, 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 dance. So, again, what do you want to give people about what you read on? I don't even know. It's the book. That is a magic book. Another time, because it was just many, many times I pick up that book, and quite often it was just, I don't know, I couldn't get very far in that book. In the main part, not the workbook, but the main talking part, where Jesus talked. Oh, didn't I tell you? Yeah, Jesus wrote the book. Jesus wrote the book, and it was channeled in. If you don't know channeling, you need to watch, like, Daniel Scranton on YouTube, about 1975. And he talks all about how we came to be here on planet Earth. I don't know, it was something about us making the body that was the mistake. As far as I can remember, that was the mistake that needs correcting in atonement. Now, when you say atonement, it means you got to make good. You screwed up, and you caused somebody, you broke a window. You atone for your mistake as you buy the person a new window. That's atoning, but that's not what they're talking about here. It's spelled the same, but it's at one-ment. And it's a completely different thing. It means completely different. So let's take a moment, and we'll do at one-ment for you. There you have it. At one-ment, you don't have to go anywhere and do anything. It's simply you taking a few moments just to, was I meditate? Not really. I don't say I'm going to go meditate now, like some people do. I don't. I do what I do, and if it's a quiet period, and if somebody said, "What were you just doing?" Well, was I asleep? No. Well, was I being quiet? Yes. Well, then I'm going to call that meditation. Like I say, I was just being quiet with a quiet mind, but whatever. So, a quiet mind is of a higher consciousness. Inner silence is what you want to attain. A quiet mind, no monkey talk. What happened to me? Well, eventually I did get to a quiet mind. And I had it for quite a long time. And then this remote neural monitoring thing was turned on me. And all of a sudden I got other egoic people of the worst character broadcast into me permanently. Because of people like the fucking cow here. This fucking vicious old bitch. Under her reign, the world has gone to hell. Because she is a devil. Anyways, I've been blaming her as the figurehead of all of the fucking shitty 1% people who spent their money building and developing a terror machine to use on me. We don't know how to tell you this, but in Star Trek, the original series, there was an episode where Captain Kirk and some of the people went across into the mirror universe using the transporter, and there was some kind of a strange power surge, and instead of beaming within their own universe, they beamed into another universe where things were quite a bit different. And you can watch that episode. It's a classic episode of Star Trek, the original series, called Mirror Mirror. So, what is the takeaway from this episode of Mirror Mirror? Don't have power surges in your transporter devices. Yeah, what else? People in other universes, and don't forget, certain interpretations of quantum physics are known as the many worlds theory of quantum physics, that there are parallel Earths, and then it becomes too complicated for my little monkey brain to try and explain. So anyways, you can go look at the many worlds interpretation of quantum physics, when that is how there are multiple universes in Star Trek. And everything else you need to know about that is, in Star Trek, and in that, look it up. Many worlds theory of quantum physics. As for transporter beams, I'm still trying to explain to people that I don't do Siddhis, S-I-D-D-H-I. I, as Bobby, do not do Siddhis. I do not do supernatural tricks, and I do not do Jedi mind tricks. What do? I get very quiet inside. And then the magic happens. Spiritual teacher Wayne Dyer was on PBS TV, and he did a long series called Getting Into the Gap. The gap between words is what he was wanting you to get into, which is silence, which is what I was telling you about, inner silence. So, it was absolutely Wayne Dyer, fantastic teacher. I don't know if it's available on YouTube, but if you can find that, Getting Into the Gap by Wayne Dyer series, it's worth watching. Guys, it's all about inner silence. Inner silence is a symptom of higher consciousness. Yes. Is inner silence pleasant? When somebody dies and everybody goes to their Facebook and they write RIP, rest in peace. What do they want? Peace. What is peace? 600 on the scale of human consciousness. What happens at peace? You have peace. You have inner silence. No garbage is going on to annoy you in your mind. Doesn't that sound wonderful? It's even more wonderful than it sounds. Because in addition to having quiet mind, from time to time, I'm just sort of quietly in quiet meditation, I start to feel good. It's said that advanced Tibetan young monks came to America, and they did a bunch of interviews on TV shows and whatever. And somebody asked the monk, I don't know, let's make it politically correct. Maybe we'll go with 22. Do monks have sex? And the monk said, In my state of meditation, it's like I'm having a full body orgasm 24 hours a day. How's that sound? That sounds unfair, doesn't it? Anyways, if you want to start experiencing better feelings in your body, then inner silence and meditation is the path to get there. And on planet Earth, when you get there, then organized darkness monitors everybody on the planet because they go looking for runners. Who's a runner? Hello, I'm a runner. What's a runner? There's a famous song called The Runner by Manfred Mann's Earth Band. It's a fantastic song, and it's an incredible band. You all know Blinded by the Light by Manfred Mann. If you're a young person, if you've never heard Manfred Mann, then listen to those two songs, because they are stupendous. So, blinded by the light, dressed up like a deuce, another runner in the night. Good, the song is being blocked by the devils. That's how bad it is. I can't even give you a song. You're going to say you're having a brain fart. No. Other times you think you're having a brain fart, you are being attacked by this fucking woman's technological nightmare, the tyranny of planet Earth, designed by Tavistock Institute in England, where they do psychological warfare experiments on people. And you can see it. It's not named in the movie V for Vendetta, but they do show you a government facility where they hold people against their will. And that could be Tavistock. Have you seen V for Vendetta? You should see it. There's a lot of trip codes in that. What's a trip code? That's where you'll get tripped up, where cognitive dissonance gets cleared up. And you start wondering, did I have cognitive dissonance because the fact that I already had in my head was right? Or did I have cognitive dissonance because the new information coming in conflicts with the stuff that I was brainwashed by? I'm going to get really good at understanding that you are fully brainwashed into being a muggle. And the limits to your magical powers are not known. But you're not going to get any until you decide that you're going to deprogram yourself from being a muggle. And the Course in Miracles is a great, great, great place to start. So don't forget, when this video is over, your homework is to buy The Course in Miracles, put it either in your bathroom or on your coffee table in your living room, and read it every day. Because remember, you have got to get up to 540 on the scale of human consciousness in a great big hurry, because the Galactics have told us this year they do plan on, making first contact with specific humans who are of high enough calibrated level of consciousness. I don't expect to be contacted. Because of the demonic attacks on me, I could never have a conversation with extraterrestrials I can't, because of remote neural monitoring and people broadcasting their stupid egos into my head. So, me having a good conversation with extraterrestrials is pretty much impossible. I always get interrupted by the devils. In the middle of somebody talking, I get interrupted internally because they do. So anyways, the extraterrestrials did say that certain people on planet Earth would be contacted direct. They don't have to go through the government at all. Wait for the government to say they're real or whatever. So if you're one of those people, you can go on to your app store and look for, it's called CE5, and it's an app by the UFO guy. And the UFO guy says that if you play the meditation that's in his app, and follow the meditations that they give you, that's how you set yourself up to set up first contact between you and your friends and the extraterrestrials. Unfortunately, I can't give you the name of that particular person because again and again I'm having a demonstration of the power of this fucking bitch's power and her fucking technology, electronic harassment of targeted individuals. This fucking evil fucking shit thing and everything that she represents and everything she's connected to is known as Empire of the Snake. And this is the fucking snake of snakes. This fucking bitch. And the Empire of the Snake is my assignment to take down. Who else? Everybody on planet Earth. Didn't you know you have a mission to planet Earth? You do, and I know it's hijacked because people like this fucking evil fucking shit thing continue to brainwash you. She's an evil fucking shit thing. Anyways, there's plenty more like her on planet Earth. Course in Miracles. Now's the time when you get busy and order yourself a copy now.